Werewolf transition, spooky, scary. Ben's becoming men, men becoming wolves.
Ben's becoming men, Ben becoming hairy. And it will start with butt hair, but not yet.
It all starts with the butts. Welcome to BRAT Health Class. All right, well, hey brats. My name is Robin and I'm trans.
My name is Ben and I'm trans.
Welcome to Ben and Robin Are Trans, the Brat Pod.
Halloween edition.
Halloween edition. You may recognize our spooky, scary decorations that we have around here. We're very excited. We are actually going to do Halloween episodes for the entirety of October. And it's not just because it's August now and I'm trying to use this as an excuse to get a second Halloween.
I agree. It should be an excuse to be a second Halloween.
It's maybe a little bit that.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're going to kind of talk about how, we should probably do our moments of trans joy first. So I actually have a moment of joy that I've been sitting on for a little while because we've been trying to share a lot of our listener ones and everything. So still listeners get in the YouTube comments or the Spotify comments or our TikTok or get on the Discord. But we've been taking a lot from our Discord members, especially. We have a whole section where people have been chiming in and it's been really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have one that I've been sitting on for a little while that I really want to share.
I don't even know what it is and I'm really excited to find out.
I know. I've been holding this from you because I want to. It was fun though. So at work, I wear a pronouns pin, a she, her pin. And I feel like nobody ever sees it, honestly, because it doesn't seem to make a difference. So there's a lot of times where I'm like, why am I wearing this anyway? But I had a amazing interaction with the customer. So I'm going to use she, her pronouns for this customer because I didn't actually establish that with her. So if you're listening in the future, you're probably not listening. But if you stumble upon us in the future, I am more than happy to go back and edit an old episode.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to use she, her pronouns. I had this customer. I rang up her order, completely normal interaction. So I will say, for the sake of our 5 cis listeners out there, that this customer was mask presenting, definitely boy mode. We'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit older than the two of us. But I only say that just because sometimes we need to remember that you never know what's going on inside somebody's heart and what their actual identity is, because they might be in the process of coming out or still in the closet. So one reason that I really avoid the sirs and ma'ams and stuff as much as possible. But I had a very normal interaction with this customer. Rang up her order. She walked away to wait for it. And then 30 seconds later, she comes back. She's like, I noticed you have a pronouns pin. I'm actually trans femme and I just came out to my wife and kids. And she's like, I'm really nervous. She's like, I feel good. I think everything's going to be okay. But I just noticed that you were wearing a pronouns pin and I thought you would be a safe person to talk to about it.
That's
just
so cute.
Absolutely. It was really cute. And I just in the middle of work, I had this several minute long conversation with this person I never met before about what it's like coming out to your family, especially if you're somebody who's been in a relationship for a really long time. I'm crying too.
Yeah, I can tell the tea hasn't kicked in yet because
Yeah. But we had a really long sweet conversation and I was kind of I was trying to comfort and reassure and encourage her, but also kind of feel these are the kind of things that you have to go through. This is what the experience is like. Because you don't necessarily have people like us when you're in the process to help you through it or just to be moral support, you know. But it was like, it's really nice. It meant a lot to me.
That's so cute.
And then we, somebody had, I work at a coffee shop. Somebody had like been working on her drink while we were having this conversation. And I noticed that they were just finishing up. And so I was like, let me grab that drink for you. Cause I, her, I assume dead name was the name that came up like on her app when we scanned it. And so I was like, I don't need to end this interaction with somebody dead naming my customer. So I like I went down to where the person was making the drink. I was like, I got this.
That's so
And
cute.
like I took off the label so her name wasn't on it. And I was just like, here you go. Have a nice day. Good to meet you.
And I have no idea how old she was, but like it's amazing with being trans. Like you can be a trans elder
Hmm.
while being younger than someone.
Yes.
And you were just like
Because I would say,
a big sister to someone.
hmm yeah, I don't know what her age was. She's probably like maybe like 10 years older than me, something like that. But she has two daughters who were teenagers, and a wife that she's been with for like about as long as I've been with my wife, maybe a little bit longer.
It's a
But
lot of femininity in one house.
hmm yeah, yeah. I was like, kids are normally really good with this stuff. They adapt really easily. She's like, I have no worries about my kids. They're fantastic. And she's like, just navigating the relationship with my wife is complicated. I was like, I know it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's so sweet.
Hmm.
Aw. Pronoun pins are really good. I guess
Hmm.
I'll piggyback on it. It's like a smaller trans moment of joy relating to a pronouns pin, but I was at Penzic last week, um, because this is currently August, and
Hmm.
I was wearing my he him pin I had just bought at a store, and someone thought that I was working at like a vendor booth, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't work here. And then she looked at my pronoun pin and was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Do I call you sir? Is sir cool? And I was like, yes. And I was just like, yes, pronoun pins.
Hmm.
And like it was not condescending. It was very genuine. It was just very much like I want to make you feel good and I want to be polite to you. It was not like
Yeah.
a weird thing. It was
Hmm.
really nice.
I think you've said before that when you work at your one job that where you're working with kids, you have like your hat and everything to identify your pronouns. And
Hmm.
I think you've said before, like you do it for yourself, but you also do it to like present yourself as a safe person to the kids.
Yes.
And so, like, I've heard you talk about that before. I never really thought about that for myself, like at work, with that. And this was a moment where I was like, okay, the thing that I've been doing is for something. And I
Yeah.
feel like it helped somebody.
It doesn't always make a difference for how people interact with you as a general rule, but it
Yeah.
can be a huge thing for someone else that you would
Hmm.
never expect. But I have a little drawing of a cat in my wallet from a non binary kid
Hmm.
that I've had in there for months. And it was mostly they knew I was a safe person because of my hat.
Yeah.
And I will treasure that little cat drawing forever. It's so cute.
Hmm.
Every time I take my ID out, I keep it behind my ID to keep it safe because it's kind of like it's like this big.
Yeah.
Every time I take my ID out, I'm just like, "Aw, that's from that
Hmm.
kiddo." I remember what name they were going by, but I'm not going to say it because minor, even though it's not their legal name. But
Hmm.
shout out to the kiddo who got a Ben made hat from me.
Yeah.
Oh, I love people. I like good people. I'm so happy for your
Yeah.
customer.
I know. It was so nice. I'm excited for her. Yeah, one of the last things I said was just like, it's hard, but it's gonna be so good. And I was like, congratulations. Yeah.
Happy new birthday.
Happy new birthday.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, we're celebrating a lot of new birthdays now.
great.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we have decided for our first October uh, spooky season episode that we're going to specifically just talk about Halloween
Hmm.
because I don't know about you, but I think Halloween's pretty gay.
Halloween is very gay.
Very gay, very trans, very queer.
So queer.
Yeah. Why is Halloween so queer, Ben?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me this because I was thinking about it in the car on the way here.
Yeah.
So, when you are any kind of queer, most likely you've had to spend a good amount of your life, or at least some part of your life, pretending to be someone else.
Hmm.
So getting a chance to pretend to be someone else in a good context is like really healing and fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. It's like you just get to defy expectations and do whatever you want. And if you are queer but not out yet, it's kind of an excuse to kind of play in that sandbox,
Hmm.
depending on if you're in an environment where you're safe enough to do so. Some people don't get that chance. I did, being assigned female at birth. It was a lot more okay for me to like dip into boy costumes
Yeah.
than it would be probably for you to dip into girl costumes.
Yeah. I love Halloween now as an adult, especially like after being out and everything. I'm like, get so hyped about Halloween every year. But like when I was a kid, I hated Halloween, which I know is not normal for, I guess, your average like cis kid. But
Especially in the United States, because Halloween is huge here. It's not as huge in
Mhm.
other countries.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, I love the candy and everything, but I just remember feeling embarrassed every year about whatever my costume was, and I didn't necessarily process it as being like a trans thing when I was a kid, but I think because like all of my costumes were like masculine coded, like a lot of times just ended up being whatever my parents bought for me when we were at the store because I had trouble choosing, you know?
Why would you want to choose something when you don't want any of the options?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like once I like was in costume in front of other people and everything, I always like felt embarrassed about it. And that was kind of my whole childhood. And now I think I love it for a lot of like the opposite of those reasons.
Yeah, I'm trying to love Halloween again because it is unfortunately my mom's birthday.
Mm,
So every time Halloween comes up, I have to think about my mom, which isn't very fun. But
yeah.
I still love everything Halloween is about other than that. And it's been a few years since I've talked to my mom, so it's getting less painful.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought this sweater, and it's a Halloween sweater, so like,
It's amazing.
thanks. But I love Halloween. It's just I hate that I end up thinking about my mom.
Yeah. Well, we will do our best to distract you on
Yeah,
Halloween. Yeah.
I love talking about it, like Halloween in
Hmm.
general. But yeah, that's just a reality of my life, and
Hmm.
it's okay.
Yeah. We've we've talked before on a previous episode about our annual Halloween transitions.
Yes, where we all put our names in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Or not our names, our genders. We put different genders in a pumpkin,
Yeah.
and then we pick our new gender.
We don't really, but it would be one of our there's at least one commenter on our TikTok that we posted about it who is like, I'm gender fluid and that sounds incredible.
Yeah, that
It's
made me
like you
so
should go
happy.
through that party then because
Yeah.
it sounds fun.
Yeah, we have. I'm a newcomer to the transition, the tradition. I'm doing it now because it was so iconic. But
Transition
I've
in
done it
life.
2 years, coming up on 3, and you've done it for like over a decade.
Yeah. We just get our friends together and do some like pumpkin carving and stuff. It's super fun. Everybody gets creative. Last I think it was this past year. Our one of our friends brought his boyfriend over, his fiance now, who is like,
Beautiful.
yeah, and like a drag queen, like a legit drag queen, and he was really excited working on something for a long time, and like we're like, what are you doing? He's like, you'll see. And he was like carving the pumpkin upside down, and everybody was like, what is happening
Yeah.
here? And then finally at the end there was a big reveal, like he made like a mask out of the pumpkin.
Yeah,
Like
and it fit over. Or I shouldn't say the name, should I?
Yeah, no,
Fit over
probably not.
M's head.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, it was glorious. But yeah, this person is very like creative, gender creative
Mhm.
in expression.
Yeah.
And just a gorgeous human being.
Mhm.
And I'm very, very happy that
Yeah.
I have met this person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another one that made me laugh was it was the day Suzanne Summers died. And so our buddy Matt just did a gravestone because he has this game with his family, like his sister
Yeah.
and his aunt, where if a celebrity dies, they have to be the first to text each other the name. And it's a weird game. But
Yeah.
I am now like a bystander of this game where if I see something, I send it to him
do
so he
too.
can get the point.
I do all the time too.
It's so
And
weird.
now one of my coworkers, when he sees that a celebrity dies, he's like, "Hey, text this to your friend."
So I wonder if his sister has an army too, because Matt's got an army.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was really fun. Mine was a Junimo. Shocking. I've been playing Stardew like 12 hours a day lately.
Mhm. I think the last pumpkin carving was probably the first time that like I wore a dress in front of my friends.
You were
I
Wednesday
believe.
Addams.
Yes, which is actually this dress now, but I
Which
was
looks
doing,
so
like-
different on you now.
Yeah, it looks a lot different now. I put it on today for the first time since like last year. I was like, oh, this fits very well now.
I was actually wearing this sweater that day too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
but I was wearing green jeggings
Mhm.
instead of black sweatpants.
Yeah, and I didn't wear the boots this time, but there's boots, which are fun to wear with our extremely tall group of male friends.
And then me.
And you, yeah. There's like you and Aaron and I are like the shorties in the group, and everybody else is towering above us.
That was very kind of you. I am the shorty of the group.
Okay.
But yeah, Matt's like 6'1" or 6'2". Chris is 6 foot. And then like everyone else is also pretty tall.
Mhm.
Those are the only two people who I know for sure I can say their names on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, and then I'm 5'2" without shoes. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. I think
But-
Aaron's like 5'3", so you're not.
She's tall compared to me. Come on.
Yeah.
She's got to be at least 5'4". Everyone
Yeah.
feels tall to me, though. I'm just so used to being the shortest person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Halloween's great.
Yeah.
So was Wednesday Addams the only costume you've done since you came out?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Aw. What are you going to do
think
this
it
year? Any
is. I
ideas?
don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I have this dream of doing this costume that's Freddie Mercury, but it's Freddie Mercury as Sailor Mercury. So it's like the Live Aid outfit, but done in Sailor Mercury colors.
I love that.
With a bedazzled like blue microphone.
Yeah.
But that would require so much budget and preparation and executive function that I don't have. But that is like my
Mhm.
dream. And then I want Chris to be Sailor Brian Mars instead of
Uh-huh.
Brian May. And then he'd have like a curly black wig and then like red.
So I would like, no matter how much time you put into this costume, I would get it right away as long as you just spend the day going. "Ba-da-ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da."
Dale. I could never sing.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like
That's so
little
great.
like blue
It's epic.
leather armband with and then like a white tank and then like blue pants and like blue Adidas. Oh,
Yeah.
that would make me so happy.
That sounds amazing.
I've been wanting to do that for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my favorite Halloween costume was our friend Matt, and that's because he's my boss, and we were working on Halloween, and he wears the exact same outfit to work every day. It's always like khakis with a neon greenish yellow shirt, and then a flannel, and then a black beanie, and then he has this huge red beard. And our other coworker, Sydney, like the three of us are the only ones who pretty much work every day because we're not in school still, and a lot of our people are still in college.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney was like, if I dress as Matt, will he be mad? And I was like, no, he'll think it's great. But if it'll
Yes.
make you feel better, I'll do it too. Please let me do it too. And so then we, all three of us were wearing the exact same outfit. And it, when he saw us coming up, we also had fishing poles because he fishes in the creek or the lake, depending on where we are before work. So like Sydney and I walked up the path together. Both, I was holding my real fishing rod and she had a Barbie one, like that was like this big and it was pink. And like he comes out of the path to find us and he immediately does the Spider-Man point. It was so great. I filmed it badly because I was too busy laughing. But that's my favorite costume that I've worn lately. because it was just so funny.
Yeah, and I remember I was at work at the time and you just sent me a picture of the three of you together and I immediately was like dying laughing at work. And everybody was like, what's so funny? It's like, you're not gonna get it, but here's the picture.
Shout
But
out to
yeah.
Sydney. She is a genius.
Hmm.
It was so good.
It's like of course Matt loved it. Like we had like this was before we knew you, I assume. This was a few years ago, but we had like a night where we didn't really have anything that we were like planning on doing, and so we all just like did like a drawing night and drew pictures of Matt, and he made like a shrine at his house of like there was like a
I've
whole
seen pictures
wall.
of them.
Yeah, there's a whole wall of just like different drawings and like artistic representations of Matt. It was so funny.
Welcome to the Matt cast.
Yeah.
Listen, he's the reason why we met. He's
Hmm.
my best friend on the planet.
Yeah.
You're up there
Big
though.
brother. Yeah.
But he's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also, another costume I want to shout out is I think I was 5th grade. I was a trucker, which was
Hmm.
basically the Matt outfit, but with an eyeliner beard instead of a fake beard. And I walked around going truck or treat.
That's amazing.
There were no signs I was trans,
Yeah,
Robin.
your junior Ben
Yeah.
pre-hatched gender exploration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, flannel. It was jeans instead of khakis, and then like boots. And yeah, truck or treat.
Hmm. But I think if I could have gotten away with that when I was a kid, I would have loved Halloween because I would have like people would have been like, "How come your Halloween costume is like a girl every time?"
And you'd be like,
No reason, it's
Halloween.
for fun.
It's just Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely would have loved to, given that circumstance. But yeah.
Now you get to do whatever the fuck you want for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you
Like
don't have to
Joe.
stop dressing up just because you're an adult.
Oh no.
In fact, now you have the money to do the costumes right instead of whatever you could find in your closet or Spirit Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have Spirit Halloween where you grew up? Or just like cheap? They're always cheap.
I think they did.
No,
I don't remember anymore. Like I was a kid. I just like went along with my
You
mom
probably
or
blocked it
whatever.
out because it sucked.
Good. Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely Spirit Halloween for
Yeah.
us. My mom always wanted us to find stuff from the closet because, I mean, to be fair, like I get it now. Those costumes do suck and they are cheap. But when you're a kid and everyone else has them, you think they're the best thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
And they were not.
No, they weren't.
I should do Freddie Mercury. Wonder if I could get it together before we record again so I could do it for this year. That would
Oh yeah.
for the podcast. That would be
Yes,
funny.
that'd be amazing.
I'll have to be like, what's our budget right now? Probably not a lot.
Yeah. Do it for our like special episode that you guys will have to stay tuned.
I know what you're talking
Or
about.
get on the Discord because all our friends know about it now. But we have something really special and exciting planned for the last episode of our Halloween series. So stay tuned. It's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, wear your costume for that. It's gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Need a mustache.
Yes.
Can't grow one yet, but someday.
Yeah.
Except for
Come on, T.
I
Come on,
can't
T.
do just a mustache because I'd look like my dad, and that would be disgusting.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm sure they're great on other people, just not with my face because my face looks so much like my dad's face.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to see that.
But maybe if you do it with the whole costume.
Mm-hmm. With the costume, it'll be fine, and especially if it's a fake one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what else is there to talk about Halloween?
I didn't really plan ahead for this one.
That's the chaos of our lives. What are some costumes that you think you'd want to do, like my Freddie Mercury one?
I was just trying to think about that because I have
Marceline.
I should do Marceline. I love Marceline. Love Marceline. Yeah, I am a little bit obsessed with Marceline from Adventure Time and like the whole Marceline bubblegum relationship, which is really nice. Like in the show, they eventually did actually have them get together and be a couple and everything, which is really sweet because normally in TV shows they'll just like
Legend of Korra it.
Yeah, they'll just like gay bait the whole time and
Mhm.
then never actually do it, but they did it, so good for them.
Yeah, I bet that was Rebecca Sugar's influence.
Hmm.
I hope is Rebecca Sugar still using the name Rebecca Sugar? Time to Google because I don't. Do you know?
Hmm.
Because I know they're non-binary, or at least last time I checked, I'm pretty sure they were
Hmm.
non-binary.
Yeah. I had thought about where am I going with this?
Costume?
I had kind of thought about doing Marceline at one point before. Partially because I keep getting these TikToks advertising like the Marceline like sweaters, like the one with the cat and everything. I'm like, oh, I could be Marceline. I could be Marceline right now.
You could be Marceline every day.
Yeah, exactly. Love her. I have a bass guitar too. Like,
I want a bass so bad.
yeah, it's big and heavy. Yeah, you can borrow it.
That would be so cool. Because
Yeah.
I know a lot of bass lines, but I've always just played them on guitar because I only had guitars
Oh,
or a
yeah.
ukulele.
Okay.
But a lot of my favorite things to play are actually like the bass parts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I've always wanted a bass.
Yeah.
Someday I'll
Bass is
actually get
fun and
one.
it gets a bad rap.
It does. It's one of my favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love a groovy bass line. Makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
What songs would be a lot less fun without the bass?
Yeah. Almost every band that I've played with, like the bass player ended up being somebody who really wanted to play guitar and were like, somebody has to play bass. But I played with two different people who like really liked playing bass and it was such a difference. Like they just like lit up doing it. Number one and number two, they were like really good at it.
Well, yeah, because if you're passionate about it, you're going to be way better.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Halloween Bass Edition.
Yeah. Space Edition.
Shout out to the song Monster Fuck. If you haven't heard it, Google Monster Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Very NSFW,
yeah.
obviously, but it is so funny. And I'm so happy that Ben discovered it too. It's from Comedy Bang Bang.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I listened to it in the car on the way here to get me in the Halloween spirit since it
Yeah.
is August, 20th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 21st. I can't tell time.
Yeah,
Queer time.
that's fine. It doesn't matter. These people don't know when it is anyway. Now they do.
It's October something.
Mm-hmm. It's October.
Happy October.
It's whatever the first Tuesday in October is right now.
Now I'm curious. I love checking on calendars because I can't tell
Yeah.
time. Happy October 1st.
October 1st. Oh, that's amazing. That's perfect. How many Tuesdays do we get in October? Is it 4?
That's a good question.
We should probably figure that out.
It is 5.
Oh my God. Bonus episode?
Yeah.
Bonus episode.
We're going to have to come up with more things to talk about with Halloween.
That's amazing. There's so many good things. Yeah. Anyway, do you have any other Halloween traditions or things that you like to do?
I'm trying to make new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which now that I have a house, we have been already talking about how we want to decorate.
Yeah.
So figuring out exactly our aesthetic, because Chris, my heavy metal king, he loves like spooky, scary skeletons, but I also want to have cute stuff in there because I want trick-or-treaters, and if there's little kids,
Yes.
I don't want them to be scared to come up to my house.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah,
I want to
you
find the
put
mix.
the like cuter stuff where the kids are, and then
Yeah, like maybe like cats and
Mhm.
like pumpkins along the path, and
Yeah.
then like a graveyard in the yard.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I want to decorate. We don't have any decorations other than we have a Evil Dead garland that we keep inside our house year round. Because Chris loves Evil Dead and I am quite fond of it, and I'm even
Mhm.
more fond of him. So I bought
Yeah.
it for him on Etsy, not sponsored. Also, Etsy sucks now.
Does it?
Yeah, they've basically become a drop shipping company.
I have heard stuff about that.
But this one was handcrafted by someone a few years ago.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like roasting pumpkin seeds and eating them. I like carving pumpkins. Now I have a porch to put them on.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How do you feel about scary movies?
I don't seek them out on a regular basis, but I do like them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not my main. I like comedies mostly. What about you?
Yeah, I'd like a good scary movie. I don't have a lot of friends who do though, so like One of my Halloween traditions is I just watch scary movies by myself at some point during October, which I like still, it's still really fun for me. But I didn't like them when I was younger, but that's another thing that I've grown into is
Hmm.
like scary movies. Maybe I just found the kind that I like too, but
What is your favorite scary movie?
my favorite is The Thing.
Okay, I
John
love The
Carpenter's The
Thing.
Thing is incredible.
When Chris and I were first accidentally dating and not knowing it, we did a John Carpenter theme night and we watched a lot. And I love
That's
The Thing.
amazing.
Shout out to Kate again because her master's thesis poster was The Thing
Hmm.
themed. She's amazing. I love her. Um,
Well, yeah.
my favorite scary movie is The Orphanage.
I haven't seen The
Ooh, it
Orphanage.
was not directed by but produced by Guillermo. I have a hard time with
Del
that name.
Toro?
Del Toro.
Oh.
But it's like a haunted orphanage, and it's the kind of scary movie that doesn't have a lot of jump scares, but it just kind of makes you think a lot, and that's what
Hmm.
I'm more into.
Yeah, me too. Like the psychological
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah. I also like, I mean, I'm obsessed with all the Alien movies, especially the first one. Then absolutely like Midsummer.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my God. It's if you're really into like things based on like cults and stuff like
I
that,
Yep,
it's so good.
I'm gonna have
And
to watch that this October.
yeah, that and the I forget the name of the director, but that director also did Hereditary, which
I
is really
like
good.
Hereditary.
But like that's I mean, the theme there is that it's like making a movie out of like the one is like family trauma and the other is like
Religious.
it's actually like at face value it's about like cults and stuff,
Hmm.
but it's really about I don't want to say too much without spoiling it, but it's really about just like having a narcissistic partner.
Oh,
Yeah.
apparently the director's name is Ari Aster.
Ari Aster, that's yeah.
I'm trying to see if I know. I think I've only seen Hereditary
Mhm.
by them. But yeah, I don't know why I haven't seen Midsummer yet, because my friends Kate and Grub
Yeah.
are always like, we love that movie.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah,
Yeah. I also so I'm currently my current obsession is I saw the TV Glow,
I haven't seen it
which
still.
yeah, and like I understand not wanting to jump right into that one, but it's I just rewatched it with a friend too, and it was like a cool experience. But that one, the director, Mr. IMDb, I always blank on the director's name, but the director is non-binary, and they do like A24 horror films. Basically, their first one was
Jane Schonbrun?
yes,
Schon? It's
Schembra.
German sounding, and I'm bad
Mm-hmm.
at that.
Yeah, but they're like a non-binary director who has been getting like a lot of hype and praise, like rightly so. But I saw the TV Glow. I recommend if you're trans or love a trans person, absolutely watch it. But like, do it with a friend or support group or whatever, because like it can be a lot. But it's it's really interesting reading the reviews online about it because all of the reviewers who are trans or really just queer in general get it. That I'm not going to say any spoilers, but like essentially the scary part in that scary movie is just the closet.
Hmm.
And that's kind of the theme of the whole thing. But like, if you're not queer, all of the reviewers who were like cis het people were like, this is such an interesting, quirky movie.
Hmm.
And then all of the trans people were like, this devastated me. I was crying in my car.
Yep.
Um, but it's like, it's really good. Yeah.
I think I'm getting closer to being ready to watch it now that I'm a
Hmm.
big fat 6 days on T. You know,
Yeah.
like the barriers are going away and the
Hmm.
closet is feeling more closed. Um, but yeah, just something that I know devastated every trans person I know that has seen it is a lot for me to sign up for.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that's fair.
But I'm excited because I
Yeah.
know once I see it, I'm going to be like, why didn't I watch that sooner? But also, I'm
Yeah.
crying.
We should make you watch it and then do an episode about
I need to watch it
that.
before I can't cry anymore. Because
Yes.
could you imagine? I just based on what I've seen, like watching that and then not being able to cry would be
That's true.
painful.
That's true. That's true. I think you'll still be able to cry at it though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping if I like, kind of like how like as my voice changes, I'm gonna try to keep singing so I don't lose my ability to sing. I just need to cry every day, and then I will never not be able to cry if I just keep crying.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta cry all the time, which is
Yeah.
easy. Just think about cats and how cute they are, and I'll start crying.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats, I have a black cat and you have orange cats. We're already ready for Halloween year round.
We are so ready.
Hmm.
Our cats are, well, they're not here now, but
They're amazing.
they embody the Halloween spirit.
They do. Though my black cat is like the sweetest, most well-behaved cat on the planet that I've ever
Mm-hmm.
lived with anyway. So like really the tuxedo is the one who acts more like a spooky scary guy. He's also the love of my life. I love him so much, but he's a little bit of a bitch. He is so rude. He's really nice to me, but he's rude to Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, cats. We should do just a whole cat themed episode where we talk about every cat we've ever known. And
Dude, every episode is a cat themed episode where we talk about every cat we've ever done.
shout out to Katniss and Finn who are in my basement.
Yeah.
More basement cats in
It's
2
got like,
months. I'm gonna be so
yeah,
confused.
you've got 5 cats in your house right now.
Yeah, because my work fam is having major construction on their house, and
Mhm.
there's jackhammers, and the kitties needed a quiet place.
Yeah. So you got 3 upstairs and 2 hiding in the basement somewhere.
They're hiding a lot. They don't.
Mhm.
They're scared of footstep sounds. They think it's a haunted house. I just took the label off my chapstick. It's fine.
Mhm.
But like I was down there with them, and Chris was upstairs, and every time Chris walked around, Finn was hiding. Poor baby.
Yeah.
He's like 16 pounds and so scared.
Mhm.
He's so big. He's funny. Halloween. What kind of
Yeah.
candy do you give out? Do you get trick-or-treaters here?
We do.
I've never had a trick-or-treater as an adult.
The last, like, this is the first place we have lived where we get, like, trick-or-treaters. Our last house, we did some, but not very much at all. Erin was always, like, disappointed with because she loves the trick-or-treaters and everything. But we get some here. We're, like, at the end of development, and so we don't get, like, a ton of kids, but we get kids here.
I really
So.
hope we get trick-or-treaters.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always have candy, and then I never eat the candy because I don't snack. Chris has to eat all the candy, and October is also weigh-ins for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad time to have a house full of candy.
Yeah, right.
But it's also his birthday month, so he deserves
Mhm.
the candy. It's a hard balance.
That's fair, yeah. You're not gonna know how much candy you need because you're like new to this house. Like you have no idea until it happens.
But there are kids that live on my street. So I really hope
Mhm.
they come by. And so we're going to try to start decorating in September because they better know that we have candy.
Yeah.
We want every sign to be there that we have candy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way, shout out to our new logo.
Yes. Ben cross-stitched
It's
the
not technically
logo.
done yet,
Yeah.
but you can't see the part that isn't finished because it's hiding.
Mm-hmm. It's so exciting. Like that is the most brat thing about it's extremely Ben coded, is what I'm saying.
It was your idea.
Yeah. That's true.
You have very good ideas.
I was like, this is something that Ben will definitely love doing.
Yeah.
It's like I have a fun project for you.
And I will finish it soon.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm finished with my Stardew hypnosis. It's a miracle you got me out of the house long enough to record.
Yeah.
Because I can't stop.
Fully absorbed, yeah. Yeah, I've every time I'm on Discord now, it says Ben is playing Stardew Valley.
Not right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sorry. Maybe I'll do a Junimo pumpkin. I can't do a Junimo pumpkin again. I'll figure something else out.
Mm-hmm.
Brat pumpkin.
I don't know what I'm gonna do for my pumpkin this year. Yeah, Brat pumpkin.
If you're listening to this on October 1st, join the Discord and send us ideas for pumpkins because I'm sure we'll be doing it after October 1st. So please give me ideas.
Yeah.
I'm not creative and my
That's
brain's
true.
stupid.
Yeah, maybe we could do pumpkins based on comments.
Mm-hmm.
Then post the pictures later.
We can
That'd be
force
fun.
Chris to do one too based on comments so we have more options because he's always like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm. Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah. So we got to find a fifth episode to do for October now. But so the next one we're going to do is I don't know why I'd ever thought about doing this episode before, but Ben used to do Rocky Horror, which is
Very gay.
peak gay. Yeah. And we've never brought it up on the podcast once before. I was like, why are we not doing an episode about this? So
Because that was a huge part of my
Mhm.
beginning stages of trans exploration without even knowing it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what next week is going to be about. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to do one where we talk about different fears that we've had before and after coming out. And then our big bonus surprise reveal episode at the end of the month.
Which is going to be
so fun.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be action packed.
Yes, and very dorky.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you know me very well, and you're into this topic too,
Mhm.
you will not be surprised.
No, not whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But we have a couple Discord friends who are like so hyped about doing it. So it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to plan what I'm going to do for, yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be fun.
It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that means we're all done.
Yeah. It's been a very spooky time today, Ben.
Yes, I've been delighted and full of frights.
Mhm.
Delights and frights. And thank you for listening to Ben and Robin Are Trans. I have been your spooky friend, Ben.
And I've been your very haunting brat, Robin.
Goodbye.
See you next time.
I have to pee so bad.
Come on.
Well, I don't have to pee so bad, but if I don't pee, I'm gonna have to pee so bad.
Do you hear yourself now?
No.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes,
That's
I do.
what I like to hear.
I love to hear our voices.
I love to hear our voices. Our beautiful, gorgeous voices.
Are you excited for when my
Yeah.
voice starts cracking?
Yes.
Ugh.
Hey, brats.
That'll be me.
Yeah.
One of my friends said I should start recording like a daily voice clip, and I was like, I've got a podcast for that. It's not daily, but it'll do.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch these.
Mhm.